Everybody ready? Okay. Good evening and welcome to the City Council meeting of the City of Lenoir for Tuesday, June the 1st, 2021. We welcome you to June. Summer is coming quickly here, so glad you're here and glad you're back with us tonight here live in the council meeting room and chambers. It's great to see everybody again. It's been a good long time. We've been watching on Zoom and every other way, so it's great to see everyone back with us tonight. Thank you to all a lot of our department heads are here. We appreciate y'all and our visitors that are here with us tonight. Thank you for coming out. So we're excited to be back with it. As we go to a few minutes, we'll go to our moment of silence and our Pledge of Allegiance. Let me first remind you, of course, yesterday we celebrated Memorial Day. We would thank everyone and in remembrance of all those who passed away serving our country. We're glad for their service. Glad that they gave all they did for our country in so many different ways. So it was we had a nice service downtown Lenoir yesterday on the square, and a lot of people attended that. We appreciate that. So continue to keep all those in your thoughts and prayers, the families of those who served our country and are still serving our country in every way they can. And also, of course, we'll continue to pray for our community as COVID continues, even though hopefully we are, by just being here, we hope we are getting better and things are changing, and hope everyone is doing everything they can to continue fighting that in all ways that we can, and things are moving in the right direction. A couple of quick notes of celebration. Councilmember John Beal, as you notice, is not with us tonight. He was married yesterday and is on his honeymoon. So, Sunday. He was married Sunday. This threw me off with yesterday. But had a beautiful wedding Sunday, and he's on his honeymoon. So we wish John and his lovely bride all the best in their life together. A lot of good things are going on for them. So we miss John tonight. And Councilmember Willis is on a vacation. One had already been planned, and so he is not with us also tonight. So we'll keep them in our thoughts as well, as they are both traveling in the area. And I would say congratulations to our City of Lenoir Finance, as we received another certificate of achievement. Our Finance Director, Donna Bean, is with us, and thank you very much for all you do and your fine staff that it puts together. This is 30 years, I think, that 30th time we've received this certificate of achievement for excellence for financial reporting. So thank you for all that you do. We are very excited. Thanks for keeping us all straight. That's what we do appreciate that.
I'll clarify, not 30 years for you, Donna. Right. Okay.
For the City of Lenoir, how about that? Okay, thank you for all that. Now, if you will, please rise and remain standing for a moment of silence and our Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. We salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our first order of business tonight, and on behalf of our City Council, we would like to recognize our police department and our new K-9 handler, Joe Lowe, and our K-9 Atos. And welcome.
Thank you.
Captain Wilson, glad to have you as well. Thank you, sir. And we'll let you guys bring us up to date.
Okay, Mayor, Council, Mr. Hildebrand, once again, thank you for the opportunity to be here. This is our newest member of our canine unit, is canine Atos. He's a 1.5-year-old German Shepherd from the Czech Republic. And so he is currently certified in U.S. LACA and is undergoing continued training, but is in his field training program as we speak.
Okay.
His handler is Master Patrol Officer Joe Lowe, 20 years of experience. Huge asset to our department. Joe Lowe or Officer Lowe is just a fine officer and is going to do wonders with his new canine partner. And so we're excited. This canine Atos, if you remember a short while back, we had the unfortunate passing of canine Axel. And,
Yes.
and canine Atos is our replacement for that. So we're excited, and we appreciate the opportunity to be here and let you see him.
Well, thank you. We're welcome Officer Atos to our police department, and know that he'll be a great asset to that. And I think Mr. Harris is going to take some pictures, so we're going to ask the council to come down, and we'll shoot a picture.
Look, I
All right.
just get here.
You want in?
No.
Not much, he's green. Yeah, we're doing stuff, we have a master training, sergeant poetry, so we're training him as we speak. A lot of stuff for him and myself.
I will issue a writ.
But yes,
Yes, sir.
Biscuit out of your pocket.
All right, everybody, 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Listening to you. Thank y'all.
I think he said, I hope I don't see you, Atos.
I was walking in, he was,
I got some bacon treats over the house.
See me climb this pulpit.
we don't play them games, do we? We don't play them games. Whew, I'm resting now.
All right, that was very nice,
Very
and we
nice.
welcome the new officer to our police department. Glad to have Atos with us. All right, we'll move on then to matters scheduled for public hearings this evening. First, of course, is our FY 21-22 annual budget. We will receive public comments regarding the annual budget for the fiscal year July 1st, 2021 through June 30th of 2022 for our city of Lenoir. And upon conclusion of the public hearing, council may take action on the adoption of the enclosed budget ordinance as presented. So I will open the public hearing. If there's anyone who would like to address the council concerning the annual budget, this is the time to do so with us. And seeing no one, at this point, I will close the public hearing and turn it over to council for any action or discussion. And if you get Mr. Hildebrand, we'll do a brief summary for everyone. That'd be fine.
The general fund budget totals $18,594,890. This year's budget recommends a reduced property tax rate of 57 cents per 100 of assessed value. That's due to the revaluation we had in the county this year. Also, the downtown municipal service district tax is recommended to be reduced to 20 cents per 100, and that's down from 25 cents currently. And the rescue readiness tax will remain at 0.85 cents per 100. The water and sewer fund totals $9,629,744, and includes a 2% water and sewer rate hike. As you recall, last year we had no rate hikes, so that will go back and average out at 1% for this year, over 2 years. All water and sewer fees otherwise will remain the same, and all general fund fees will remain the same. So that's it in a nutshell.
Okay? Any questions of Mr. Hildebrand or anyone concerning our annual budget?
Not a question, but just a comment. I've been through a few of these with David Stevens, and I've been through, what, I guess 17 of these now, 18 maybe? And so I just want to congratulate Scott and Donna and all of the staff for putting together a budget that wins for our citizens. We're having a reduction in our tax rate. The downtown district rate's dropping. There is a small increase on the water and sewer portion of the budget, but we have to be forward-thinking. You hear Councilman Stevens say it a lot when it comes to water and sewer, and the council members that have been before us 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago took great steps to make sure that our water and sewer was at the top of the list. And if you look at the comparison across our area, Lenoir's rates and services and talent is at the top. And so this budget goes a long way towards meeting and the needs of the citizens for this year, but years to come. And so I think you've done an excellent job, Scott. And unless anyone else on council has any comments, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the budget as presented by the manager.
Thank you. I would like to make a comment before we do that. I've actually been through 16 of these myself, so I know full well the work that goes into it, and would like to say thank you not only to Donna and the finance department, but all our department heads and staff for all that you do. This wouldn't happen if we didn't do it together, and we appreciate that. Mr. Hildebrand's leadership, of course, in putting it together. We're moving in great directions, and we are excited about that. Our city is still growing in many ways, and we're able to bring monies in that we need and not raise it on the backs of a lot of our people that we don't want to do. So that's a good thing that we can do. So we appreciate how hard you work to make things work, and we know that you do. So we appreciate that. And I'll let anyone else who would like to add anything. Mr. Stevens?
I'd like to just add on to what Todd was saying. It's through the rank and file. It's from our department heads all the way down to every one of our employees that work so hard to save money for the city. And they have worked with us over all these years and gotten us as a city in such financial position that when everybody else is just wondering how they're going to make their budgets in other cities, we're able to reduce the rate this year. I'm very, very proud of that.
And continue, and make a very good contribution to the fund balance as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very
Thank you,
important.
Scott.
That's what I was gonna add. It feels nice to, I guess I've been through it 8 times, not quite as many, but it's nice to work with a council that have taught each other what this is, and we've been through this process together. Again, I'll echo thanks to the department heads and to Scott and to everyone for all the hard work that they put in, but it feels good that there's no borrowing. And that's because we spend time planning and making cuts where we can. And again, when no use of the fund balance just speaks to the work that we've done. So I'm proud of where we are, and I think our citizens can see where we put these pieces together and saving as much as we can. But great job.
And I will add, Mr. Willis did call me this afternoon and would like to say he also adds his congratulations to everything. He's sorry he could not be there, of course, it was already planned, but he wanted to say the same and appreciate all the job that everyone's doing in our city to make it the place that we call our home, and we're very proud of that, do that.
I guess I'm the young one on the years.
Yeah. Me and
Now,
you.
you
Wait a
might
minute.
want to
Wait a
explain
On the
that.
council, on the council.
On the council, not years, huh?
But I would just like to say, this is what makes counseling easy when you got department heads such as what we have, and a city manager as well as a mayor, and all of these guys that was here before Chrissy and I arrived, that make our job a lot easier. So I just want to again say personally, thank you guys, and thanks to Mr. Hildebrand for all the work that you've done.
Thank you.
What else can I say that hadn't been said?
Ditto.
Yeah.
Great job, great job.
And we appreciate that. I think they know that we, as a council, are behind them in every way we can be, and we want to all work together. Doesn't work if we don't do it together, so that's what makes us a strong community.
And they make us look pretty good.
They do. All right, we have a motion from Councilmember Perdue to adopt the budget as presented for FY 2021-22, our budget ordinance. If there's no other discussion, I will call for the question. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed? Thank you. That carries unanimously. 5, that's 5-0, yeah, thank you. All right, thank you again for the work on that. So, all right, our next public hearing is to consider amendments to chapters 18, which are streets and sidewalks, and chapter 19 subdivisions of the Lenoir Code of Ordinances. Recommendation is adoption of the submitted ordinance. The purpose of the amendments is to update the subdivision chapter in accordance with North Carolina General Statutes, Chapter 160D, as well as to better organize, clarify, and separate the various rules related to the physical characteristics of public streets and sidewalks from the rules that address the subdivision process. Our planning director, Jenny Wheelock, is here, and so I will open this public hearing. If there's anyone who would like to address the council concerning that, please do so at this time.
I was gonna say a couple things.
If you will, go ahead. That was fine.
Good evening. It's
Good
good to
evening.
be here in person and see all of you. I don't have a presentation prepared. We talked about this at Committee of the Whole. The only thing I have is this addendum. And clearly, today is not my day because I'm looking at number 1 and it says sections 1913 through 1915 are still used and should not have been included as reserved. So we can get that in there. We'll fix it on the version that goes to MuniCode and gets signed and recorded. Basically, it's just a typo. I was going to take some sections out, and they're not deleted. So I'm happy to answer any questions about this. And really, a lot of Chapter 18 is the Streets Department and Public Works on the ground. And not to put them on the spot, but Jared Wright's in the audience, too, if there's questions about process or, where the rubber meets the road, literally.
Okay.
He can probably help out, too.
Any questions of Jenny concerning this? We have heard about this at prior meetings and everything. I'm sure, Mr. Rohr, you've had a chance to check everything out. So we appreciate that as well. Okay. We need to
Do we need
pass
to make
anything.
that
We want to
revision?
just stand? Okay.
There's a sample motion, if anyone would want to make that motion on the bottom of the addendum that would incorporate the changes in the addendum as well as the ordinance.
All right, there is a motion on the bottom of this. If somebody would like to make that as a motion, or if you want to modify your own, that's up to you.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make the motion for the adoption of the proposed ordinance as submitted by staff, including the edits outlined in addendum dated June 1st, 2021. And that's from the heart.
I can feel it, I can feel it.
But also reflecting the change in item
You
1.
might want, yeah,
That needs to be in your motion, too.
Okay,
in the,
that's okay with you?
So moved.
adding that? Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Okay, we heard the motion from Councilmember Stevens concerning this. I'm not going to repeat that motion. You
Sounded
all-
great to
You've
me.
heard it, and he did it well, and we'll make sure that we get all this recorded in the proper minutes. Any other discussion? If not, I'll call for the question. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. That carries unanimously. Thank you, Jenny, and all your work on this, planning board, your staff, and everything that went into putting this together. We do appreciate it very much. Okay, that concludes our matters for schedule for public hearing this evening. So we will move on to our consent agenda items, which consist tonight of minutes of the city council meeting of Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. Item B are minutes of the city council budget workshop of Thursday, May 20th, 2021. Item C is a capital project budget ordinance. This is for the 2021 Community Development Block Grant. This would be approval of a capital project budget in the amount of $164,146 for the 2021 Community Development Block Grant. That's the CDBG, as submitted by Mr. Rick Oxford, a plant administrator with the Western Piedmont Council of Governments. And item D is the capital project budget ordinance for the 2021 Unifor Consortium Home Program. The approval of this budget ordinance would be in the amount of $1,454,095 for the 2021 Unifor Consortium Home Program as presented by Mr. Oxford as well. So those are the consent agenda items. Is there anyone has any items they'd like to have any clarification, discussion? And we'll entertain a motion when ready.
I'd like to make a motion, Mr. Mayor, that we approve of consent agenda items A through D as presented.
Okay, we have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Thomas to approve the consent agenda items A through D as presented. No other discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. It carries unanimously. Appreciate that. Thank you all for putting everything together. All right, we'll move on then to requests and petitions of any citizens. If there's anyone tonight in the audience that would like to address the council, please at this time to do so. We'll take your name and address and open for this time. Good evening.
Wayne Douglas, I own the residential property at 308 Ridge Street.
Okay.
I am 70 years old now. My 71st birthday will be in September. As you may recall, I have now repeatedly brought to your attention your very regrettable and very irresponsible tolerance for the presence and use of illegal fireworks here in Lenoir. Fireworks which has very wisely and properly been illegal under the laws of the state of North Carolina for going on 80 years now. I have been here as a home-owning, tax-paying resident and citizen for 10 years, and this has been repeatedly a serious problem for that entire length of time. In my neighborhood, it is not just the 4th of July and New Year's. There are repeated random explosions at any and all hours of any day and night. Let there be no mistake. I am striving to protect myself, my family, and my home. I believe that all of you are very seriously out of touch with the frightening and very dangerous potency of the illegal fireworks that can be purchased from an unlicensed vendor operating a temporary sales booth in a Walmart parking lot, as has been the case here within the city limits of Lenoir. The illegal fireworks that was being shot off at my home by a neighbor living across the street was able to propel itself at least 50 feet into the air and consisted of an extremely, and I emphasize the word extremely, loud concussion, followed by an extremely bright flare of combustion of pyrotechnic material, very much comparable to professional fireworks which would be required to be located somewhere other than a residential neighborhood and conducted by someone other than a neighbor living across the street who already possesses a criminal record. The neighbor's front yard is extremely small, and he had the fireworks set up for ignition along the sidewalk at the edge of the public street where the 25-foot utility poles are arrayed. The illegal fireworks was able to propel itself well above the top of the utility poles, at least 50 feet, if not further into the air. I saw the fireworks lying on the ground. It was rod-shaped, approximately 18 inches in length and several inches in circumference. There were several small children, one or two of them no older than 5 years, standing no further than 5 feet or so from the igniting fireworks. The illegal fireworks apparently caused an automobile accident. When I went out the next morning, I saw that the UPS collection box, which is at the curb across the street, was lying on the ground in ruins. When I saw a workman replacing a new box the following week, I stopped to speak to him, and he told me that it was the result of an automobile accident. He showed me where there were fragments of broken automobile headlight glass lying on the ground mixed in with the remains of the UPS box. The neighbor informed me that this was all completely legal, as he had purchased the illegal fireworks from a vendor operating a temporary sales stand in the Walmart parking lot less than a mile away within the city limits of Lenoir. The single honest and responsible individual with whom I have spoken in regard to this matter is the Caldwell County Fire Marshal, who told me that the fireworks is indeed illegal under the laws of the state of North Carolina, and if a vendor were selling it within the city limits of Lenoir, he would need to be in possession of a permit to do so issued by the Fire Marshal of the city of Lenoir. Both the chief of your fire department and your former city fire marshal, who retired last year, have directly and adamantly denied to me any responsibility for oversight of the sale of illegal fireworks within the city limits of Lenoir, which is, of course, a very shameful and dishonest abandonment of the duties for which they are no doubt reasonably well paid by your citizens' tax dollars. Your fire chief lamented to me that he has no enforcement powers after the illegal fireworks are here and being shot off at private homes. So what can he possibly do? Well, if he and his fire marshal were responsibly doing their jobs, the illegal fireworks might simply not be here in the first place. A sergeant in your police department who was present at the scene at my request, young children and all, told me that it was completely legal. He himself knew that it was for sale in the Walmart parking lot. Only aerial fireworks requiring a mortar for launching, he said, was illegal under the laws of the state of North Carolina, which is, of course, complete and utter nonsense coming from a sergeant in your police department. Your fire department refuses to monitor the sale of illegal fireworks, and so it should, but has no enforcement power over its use. And your police department is not charged with controlling its presence, but refuses to exercise their power over its use, and so it should. If this is not a very glaring example of municipal corruption and malfeasance, I would like to know what is. The police sergeant threatened me with arrest for being a troublemaker. That's his own word. I was threatened with arrest again the following week by another officer of your police department after having been threatened with serious physical assault by the neighbor who, please allow me to remind you, already possesses a criminal record. To be quite honest, I am beginning to lose count of the number of times I have been threatened with arrest for no good reason by officers of your police department over the past 10 years. The officer refused to act responsibly in regard to the threat of assault that was made against me. At the request of the mayor, I spoke with the chief of your police department, and he told me to my face that this is a lie. I lived and suffered through this myself, or let me say that as a seriously aged and compromised senior citizen now, I lived and suffered through this myself and can assure you that it is not a lie and quite completely true. Now that Derek Chauvin has been convicted of the murder of George Floyd, communities across the country are seriously considering cleaning up their dirty police departments. As I have already said, I've been here for 10 years now, and this is not the first time I've had serious problems with your police department. It is simple to understand that the police chief would be eager to make himself and his department look as good as possible, but I ask you, is blatantly and irresponsibly lying himself the proper way to do this or to serve this community? Maybe it is long past time for you to clean up your own very questionable police department. Don't forget to clean up your questionable fire department. Please let me conclude by saying that my dog Jenny, who I loved and cared for over 14 years, also had a very serious problem with your very greatly irresponsible tolerance for the presence and use of illegal fireworks here in the caring and sharing, ever so lovely and loving little town of Lenoir, North Carolina.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Douglas. We certainly appreciate that. And both our police department and fire department are represented here. You've heard the things that you have said. If you have problems in your neighborhood, I would suggest that you always call.
I was threatened with arrest by the police department for calling in that my home was being attacked by illegal fireworks. I was threatened with arrest by your police department. What options do I have, Mr.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate your comments. We will take this under consideration. Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to address the council tonight? Yes, sir.
I don't have a written statement or anything. I just came in to see what you all do. But the main thing I was thinking about was
If you don't mind, will you give us your name and address?
oh, okay. My
Thank
name is Mark Bartold. I live at 807 Manchester Street.
you. Okay,
That's in Mulberry,
yeah,
Red Area.
British Woods.
Center area, yeah.
yeah.
And speaking of the fireworks, yeah, it was like midnight last night. It was fireworks going off. I don't know what time you're allowed to shoot fireworks till, but at any rate, I understand we got a little bit of a surplus in the budget, and I was just thinking that maybe part of the reason is the $5 a month charge for the trash cans that we get. But for those plastic bins, like $5 a month, 60 a year times 5 years is $300, which is more than the trash can. If you could like have like maybe a $10 or $20 gift certificate to the city owners, like property owners, to purchase things in the city limits to bring business downtown, because we really don't, I don't know, I don't really see that many people downtown comparative to the size of the city, you know, or even the county. some way to bring people in, you know, like a $10 gift certificate once a year, you know, maybe when taxes go out, give them $10, you know. And then that would bring people in downtown. But that might be a Chamber of Commerce idea, I don't know. That's about it. Everything's been hunky-dory for me. I've lived in the city for a good 6-7 years. And I think everything's just fine, to be honest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Certainly appreciate it. Okay, is there anyone else who would like to address the council during this time? Okay, thank you. We appreciate that. We'll move on then. We do not have reports of our boards and commissions this evening, so we'll move on to the report and recommendations of the city manager, Mr. Hildebrand.
Just a couple items for information this evening. The first cruising of the year will be held on Saturday, July 3rd in downtown. Also, the farmers market is underway on Saturdays, actually in the parking lot behind this building. So every Saturday morning, I guess it goes, Kaylin, do you know the times on that?
They start early. I want to say like 6:30 or 7 is when they're setting up, and so usually around 2 o'clock they finish, 2 or 3 depending on how they're.
So let's say 8 till 2 o'clock, till I guess the produce runs out.
Yeah, you kind of want to get there early.
Okay. Also, the Caldwell County Economic Development Commission will meet on Tuesday, June 8th at 8 a.m. Not sure yet if it's a virtual or in-person meeting. The ABC Board will meet on Thursday, June 10th, 2 p.m. The Lenoir Tourism Development Authority will meet on Thursday, June 10th at 4 p.m. The Lenoir Business Advisory Board will meet on Thursday, June 10th, 6 p.m. And the City County Service Committee will meet on Monday, June 14th at noon. And that's all I have for activities so far. And just want to go back and also commend Donna Bean again for the GFOA award. Appreciate your work on that and all the department heads regarding the budget. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other things to add? I know we have some other events coming up. Anything that Kaylin, do you know of anything that's coming up that you?
We are scheduling a couple of summer music madness series. There'll probably be one in July and one in August. And we're at the marketing stage of that, confirming some bands. And
Okay.
so you'll be getting some information about that.
Good, good to hear. Glad to see some things opening up. Mr. Story, how about recreation real quickly while we're thinking about it? Anything going on there that we need to?
We opened up the pool yesterday.
Good.
Memorial Day, went really well, even though we're down on lifeguarding. We had probably between 75 and 100 people there yesterday, so things there are going well. The only event we've got coming up will be July 4th, which we will only be doing fireworks this year. Because we use out of Tennessee, we'll be here to do those. So that'll be happening on July the 4th, 9:30 p.m.
Okay,
We shoot them off from the Optimus Park.
okay,
Other than that, our baseball season is almost finished. We'll have a little tournament next week with the 9 and 10-year-old teams. I'll be playing at the Optimus Park there across from Mold area.
good. Glad to hear that some events are kind of getting back to the normal range on that.
Yes, sir, our gyms have picked up with school being out now, with kids coming in and playing. So
Good.
everything's moving in the right direction.
Great to hear. Great to hear. All right, Mr. City Attorney, anything from your
No, sir.
office? Okay, thank you. We'll add that our Summer League baseball team opens this weekend at Walker Stadium. The Lenoir Legends will be playing Sunday evening under the lights at Walker. So I hope you can, if you'd like to, come out and enjoy that. They're having some kids events, I think. I haven't seen the whole schedule yet, but I know they're going to do let the kids run the bases and do some things I've heard like that. So anyway, that'll be great for that to be started. We noticed there'll be a lot of local players that'll be involved. I know the community college has several players off their team. Heard Appalachian, Lenoir, Mars Hill, Pfeiffer, and some others will all be coming in to play some summer league baseball. So Wooden Bat League in the Tar Heel League. What is it, Josh? The Old North State League. Thank you on that. So we look forward to that. That's exciting to have things happening in the ballpark that we're very proud of downtown. So Other than that, I think that's all I have to offer. Anything from any of our council members that we need to talk about? All right, hearing none then, we will stand adjourned.